Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel of Tribonet. My name is Anush and we are doing the second interview video series. Today we have with us Dr. Antonio Papangelo, who is the postdoctoral researcher at Politecnico di Bari, Italy. And also with us we have Dr. Papangelo, who is the senior researcher at ASMM. Welcome to the video series, Antonio and Ivan.
Hi, everybody.
Hello everyone. Hello Manoj, hello Antonio.
Yeah, so now Ivan will be taking over and he will be asking a few questions.
Yes. So hello Antonio. Good to see you. Last time, if you remember, we met actually in 2019, I think, during the contact mechanics workshop.
Yeah, it was something like that. It's a couple of years ago.
Yeah, in Berlin. That was actually the last time I went to a conference physically before all this Corona issue started.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward now to the opening of the world. So I'm wondering, Antonio, are you planning to visit any conference, or what are your plans for the near future?
Yeah, actually, I have some of them because many have postponed the conferences that had to be taken during the 2020 and 2021. And so I think that then there is also this push towards put all the conferences in summer because everyone is a bit scared.
Yeah.
They love the game. So yes, I'm planning to go to some conferences starting from May and going all the way to June and July. There is also the Tribology conference this year, so that's I think will be kind of a major conference for everyone interested in Tribology.
Yeah. Are you by chance also going to STLE? You said in May? Is that?
There is in May there is a quiz in I think there is a quiz in Lausanne.
Yeah.
From the group of Molinari.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good to hear that there are a lot of plans. And on Tribonet, we're trying to popularize world tribology, and we are interested also in the ways how people get to the field. So I'm wondering, could you tell us a few words about yourself, and then also about the path to contact mechanics and tribology that you made?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I want to thank you for having invited me. And then, I got a master's degree in mechanical engineering. It was at Politecnico di Bari. At that time, I was a student aiming at go abroad. So that was where everything started, actually. I remember entering in the office of one of my professor and saying, okay, whatever it is, I would like to go abroad. I have an Erasmus scholarship. I have secured one. So I would like to take a chance of doing my master thesis work somewhere else. And then how I ended up in Hamburg, actually, as an Erasmus student in the group of Robert Hoffman in the dynamics group. And I started working actually on Tribology. It was a thesis on the transition from stick to sliding. It became actually after that a PhD project because I liked the way we did it with Miguel Ciavarella in Bari, Professor Miguel Ciavarella, and then that was the way everything started actually. I mean, I did my PhD in Bari, but I went abroad again for some periods. I was for a 2 months period at Sandia National Labs in USA, and then at Imperial College London, and then again got a PhD, and then again in Hamburg as research fellow in the dynamics group. And so this is where how it started basically. So from my PhD and then postdoc experiences abroad, and then I came back here in Bali in 2019. So that was my path from the point of view of collaborating with people, teaming up with international collaborators. I have to say that from this point of view, that was mostly working in tribology, so collision, friction, and elasticity, also soft bodies in Bari, and also working on the nonlinear dynamics field with every time basically I went abroad, I was doing also vibration, nonlinear vibration. So that's why then my CV somehow shaped in this mixture of having tribology competencies, so in tribology background, but also some knowledge about the vibration, which is very kind of peculiar, I think, of my city, and it's also what probably supported my application to the ERC grant.
Yeah. Oh, great to see a very indeed peculiar path in your career and also very international. But I also noticed that you started from master's degree, which I also did. I came to know about the world tribology from master's actually. And I'm wondering, so what's now your current role in the university, and do you still work with international partners?
Yes, I'm actually a junior researcher position in Bari, at Politecnico di Bari. I'm still collaborating with international network, particularly with Hamburg University of Technology, where I hold a visiting academic position there. So I'm not working there, let's say, anymore, but there's still a very active exchange of email meetings. Unfortunately, this got a bit, crashed by the coronavirus pandemic. But thanks to those online platforms, I would say that still we are in very strong relationship. I have to say that differently, with people where I had strong, I had collaboration, maybe not strong, maybe as it was in Hamburg. Then they suffered a bit this situation. That's mostly, I think, because conferences, meetings, personal meetings were actually the way to kind of meet people, and also to, I would say, unexpected meeting. I'm missing that very much. I have a few examples of some papers which actually were born during coffee breaks or something like that. And there are those online conferences, but meeting in person is something different. So that's mostly why I really hope we could start travel and meeting in person again. I think that from your research part, if you have clear idea what you want to do, then probably that's not really impacting that much. What is impacting more is this side view, the idea of being able to look also around, and sometimes from this nice just chat with your colleague, then nice projects pop away and pop up. And that was really nice, and I really appreciated that part of my work. So I hope we could be back again.
Yeah. Hopefully, during this coming period, you'll be able to visit more conferences and reignite all these collaborations that you had. So about the grant. So recently, you got a very prestigious grant from the European Research Council, right? And that's called, I think it's called a starting grant.
Yeah.
And first of all, congratulations! It's a very great achievement, and we'd like to wish you all the success with this project.
Thank you.
And I'm wondering, so could you tell us a little bit about this grant and also about the project that you are going to work on?
Yeah, sure. The grant is, as you said, granted by the European Research Council, so it's ERC, it's acronyms for European Research Council. It grants, there are different grants, but regarding the one I applied, that is a starting grant, depending on the seniority of the researcher, you can also get a consolidated grant or an advanced grant. Of course, starting grants are points towards the young researcher who may have shown the potential to lead a group, to work independently, to have good and innovative and groundbreaking and disruptive. That's the way they like to talk about its ideas. And what wants to actually found a group. And so that's why ERC starting grants are very kind of famous, because in the end they support you with a considerable amount of money, considerable amount of time. So it's, for me, it would be a kind of 1.5 million euros for 5 years. And so this is surely, I mean, enough to strongly support the young researcher to set up and establish his own group and also his own laboratory. And so that's why that's a really nice brand. ERC supports research is at the frontier of knowledge, so it's not incremental kind of project. So that also requires some really tough thinking and understanding how you can elaborate on that idea to make up a project that is valuable in ERC. So that was really nice. And my project is diachronic physics surface, and the aim, the measured goal, is to work on patterned and microstructural interfaces, soft interfaces, which could have tunable adhesive properties by actively designing and changing and controlling micro vibrations on the top of that. So that is the idea behind the main goal. And of course, the applications are different and several. We talk a lot about soft robotics, for example. So nowadays there is a certain push of having robots which interact with people, and this means also they have to be kind of hardless. Somehow they have to be soft, and they have to fulfill certain tasks. Which if they are collaborating with people, it has to be even, not only, but even manipulate objects, date objects, and move them, pick and place operations. And so, these adhesive interfaces, which are adhesive properties, not because it's any good, it's just because they have a structure that is well designed, how to find scales, maybe this is maybe very useful in this kind of application. Maybe the dream would be kind of designing this kind of digital or a small replica or real kind of gecko or animals that are able to walk away through the ceilings, vertical walls, and of course this can be very useful for inspection in difficult places or for maintenance of large plants. So there are many possibilities. Clearly, ERC is not really it is not really supporting prototypes. It's mostly about fundamental research and feasibility. From the fundamental point of view, you basically make an hypothesis that this could work, and of course you support this with the literature result, with evidence. And then if they believe this is risky enough, because it has to be risky, that is not to be incremental. So if they think that this could be risky enough, but also can give you a high gain in terms of impact, then your project is valuable. And so that's what I did, and that's the project basically.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting, Antonio. I can definitely relate to this robots because at SML we also have grippers that transfer, say, wafers from stage to stage, and it's a very interesting topic. And another question I have. So you mentioned that it's going to be about soft surfaces. Is there a specific reason that you consider only soft, or because I can imagine that this adhesion and friction properties that you could tune with certain patterning could be of interest also for the applications where we have other materials like steels or other hard materials.
Of course, the counter surface can also be something more rigid. So, for example, can be silica water, as you mentioned. But the idea to have soft interfaces is because you basically need to have a very compliant material that can maximize its common area on the counter surface. So, of course, counter surface can be of any kind, can be rough. It can be rough in a way, but can be much rougher or a bit less roughness. So, if you want to build something which should behave like universal gripper, then you need something that is a bit compliant. I mean, if you would have a partner interfaces that is made of steel, that would be much more difficult, you know, to grasp any geometry.
Yeah.
So that's why one has to point towards kind of silicone or hydrogel or elastomer, rubber-like material. The models, and we are talking usually about kind of 1 megapascal in terms of elastic models.
Yeah, okay, that is very soft. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, clear. And I was wondering, so what are your plans? Are you going to set up a laboratory, or is that going to be a physical laboratory, or is it going to be mostly simulations and stuff?
Well, that's a good question. And because of course there are different kind of parties, and particularly when the problem is again kind of risky. This means that you need to address it from different perspectives. So you cannot risk everything on a single technology kind of or a single approach. So my idea was, and what I propose, what I'm trying, I hope I will do in the next years, would be to combine a part of mathematical modeling, so models, but also supported by numerics, numerical simulations of IC interfaces under electron vibrations or micro vibrations. So there is the modeling part, the numerical part, which maybe can get rid of some assumptions, the analytical models, and maybe simulate more realistic scenarios. So there is the modeling, there is the numerics, but there is also the experimental side. So I'm planning to enroll about 5 to 7, probably in this range, researchers, between postdoc and PhD students, so doctoral and postdoctoral level, to set up and establish a group. And then, of course, they have a task which will comprise modeling, numerical technical solutions, numerical analysis, and experimental measurements. For this, there is a laboratory which I would like to establish, which is a cryodynamics laboratory, which does not exist in this moment, of course, but the project should start on 1st of July. So by then, I hope that we can start getting some machines there and start beginning to work.
Oh, great. So, Manoj, maybe then you can take over now.
Yes, yes. I would like to congratulate you once again on your grant, and I'm so happy that by seeing you as a young researcher like who wants to pursue my career in research. So by seeing you, I would feel like so happy that students like me who are in masters who have taken a topic like tribology as their own field, this kind of things gives us a motivation to do more. So I wanted to ask, are you planning to hire any PhD students for your project? And if so, what is the procedure for getting to your project?
Yeah, for sure there will be PhD students and also postdoc positions. At the moment, the procedure is simply get in contact with me. So of course, I'm on, let's say, ResearchGate, I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm logging right. If you look about myself in Politecnico, you can find my email. So sending out an application is, of course, would be highly appreciated because tribology is a challenging field, and of course, as I said, I'm planning to do numerical modeling, experimental stuff. So I hope to be able to establish a multidisciplinary group with people working in different fields and different backgrounds. So you don't have to be really necessarily a master in tribology. You may be also a physicist, maybe working in the field of vibration, that would be appreciated. Or maybe you have a PhD or you want to be working in machine learning models. That's also very good because nowadays there's this push of taking advantage of this kind of innovative tools which now have reached maturity to be used as general purpose tools. So of course you don't should expect we are going to develop new machine learning tools, but you should expect we are going to use them in Tribology. So of course we do need different backgrounds. So yeah, applications are really welcome. We are high.
Also, in your project, you're going to you already have something in mind with artificial intelligence models, machine learning tools.
Yes.
Great.
We have already a group working on this in Hamburg. So in the dynamics group, I mean, we are already working on this. Not really in Tribology, not in technology, but again the tools are the same, and they are really open purpose in a sense. You can yeah, it's a bit funny, but it's kind of contaminations. Nowadays it's very popular, this contamination between different fields of research is very welcome. I think ERC is also about that.
Okay.
That's really very good to hear. I just wanted to ask, like, how many positions are open? Like, how many people are you going to, like, are you thinking to hire, like, maybe a postdoc or early first stage researcher?
I think the group would be made of about 5 to 7 persons. So this means that there's enough space. I mean, at the moment there is no one on this project because even it's not started. But I believe in the next in the next couple of years, I will need to fill in this post with people who want to work on surface. And then it's also a matter of finding the right person in the right moment. So of course I'm planning. At the moment I have planned about 3 positions as PhD and 3 positions as postdocs. But then it ends up that maybe you find a very good researcher working in some area, and maybe you might, because methods and the tools. A computer you can buy it more or less. On the market, but finding the right person in the right place, that's much more difficult. So I would say this is what I'm planning. But when I receive the CV, I'm trying to understand from what I read if this is valuable for the project or not. So it may end up that in 5 years, if you ask this question again, maybe I will tell you, okay, I have just 7 PhD students and no postdocs, or the other way around. Then something that I think it has to remain a bit open, kind of open-minded, because it has to be checked against what are the professionalities, what are the competencies that they are behind people who are applying. And so that's just something that I think is under construction.
That's really very good to know. Actually, I was thinking, okay, maybe when we post this video on our Tribonet website, on the website as well as on the platforms, all the Tribology students and the community who are willing to join some PhD positions will be very much getting an information about your project, and they'll be sending all the applications to you, maybe CVs to you. I hope you people be helpful for you as well in selecting the students. And I also wanted to ask your suggestions, because you have earned a very good grant from European Research Commission. So what do you suggest early stage researcher or an academic student who wants to pursue their career in academics? Like, what do you give the suggestion for them?
It's a work where you have really to be kind of keen on what you're doing. So first of all, it should be your passion. You should be passionate on what you're doing, because there are many working in general. In engineering, let's say. And so what it makes the difference is if you are enthusiastic about what you're doing, if you put all yourself, and then from some very kind of basic tips is you also, if you are a PhD student, if you are a master student who wants to start a PhD, or if you are really if you have just got a PhD, you can also get an ERC. When I was a PhD student, when I was, I still I consider myself an early stage researcher. I was really kind of wondering what would be one day to got an ERC grant. I mean, it was like when you have a dream and you have it over there.
Yeah.
And I mean, the idea is you work at that, not just when you're submitting your applications. It's something you have to be, you have to work at that for a few years before the flight. This because, first of all, your idea does not come, by himself. I mean, at least I didn't got the idea as a Newton when he saw the apple of Formula 3.
Yeah.
At least this didn't happen to me. I mean, it can happen to someone else, and that's just my experience.
No, probably actually it's probably just a nice, nice saying, but probably he spent unknown time thinking about it, and then.
Yeah, that's what I also believe.
Yeah.
And actually, that's my experience.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking maybe it would be a dream. It would be very nice to get something like that. So what we should do, what I could do, what would be the good idea, what is around me, what is already known, what are the limitations, where are the limitations, where one can make a difference. And then, of course, you need to work on yourself. Of course, you show mobility. So tips, practical tips are you show mobility, you are open-minded, you go also abroad, you work in different research projects, you work with different people, you develop a multidisciplinary approach to your work, you try to look for independence, which means also maybe you publish also without your supervisor, which means you publish single name papers, journal papers. Of course, I mean, this is really appreciated. I mean, you need to. I always tell this when someone asks me. I say, well, your reviewer, I mean, one would be revising your application. Well, he's probably a bit bold. I mean, he's probably doing something else. Probably he has his own group and people knocking at his door. He has maybe he's planning things around his head. He has maybe 10 applications on his desk. He's not thinking that you should win an ERC. But this is also in general, but he has many things in his head. So, well, you need to work hard on that because you need to pop up out of those 10 applications. There should be a good reason for this. After reading all those 10 applications with all this other stuff in mind, you will remember about yours and not the others. So, and this cannot be done just, you wake up in the morning and file an application for an ERC. You have to work on that. But you can do that. You can do that. I thought it would be possible. I dreamed that. I saw people who I admire people who had it. I knew that okay, this guy wanted to see working there, very good, very nice. So you see what he's doing, incredible. Or then okay, this other guy also he got an ERC grant. Let's see the group he has and what very nice thing they are doing over there. And so this kind of I would think, it's like a flow. In the middle of the flow, you are doing your stuff and this and that, but then there is a flow which constantly is pushing you towards a certain direction. And I mean, for this, you have to have kind of, think hard about it, work every day, work hard on that, and well, then when you feel prepared, then you find the application, and that's it. And I mean, it doesn't matter how it goes. The journey is still very, interesting because you having a good network, having traveled abroad, having worked with many people, having international collaborators, this will still pay off in your career. So just don't look at small state stuff. Try to get to the moon. Then maybe just take a plane. Maybe you don't get to the moon. Maybe just take a plane, but that's just better than driving a car on the road.
This was really motivating, and whoever is listening to this video will be definitely motivated. And I just wanted to ask, you were talking about the soft robotics, the application of tribology in soft robotics, and implementing the artificial intelligence and machine learning in tribology, and all these things. Where do you see the future of tribology, maybe in next 10 years?
Well, I think that it will make a difference. Mostly because, tribological aspects are a bit, multi-physical, multi-scale, and we had kind of difficulties in taking them. But nowadays, we are living maybe in a very exciting period where computational power is increasing, is at our disposal, and it's kind of cheap with respect to what it was maybe 20 years ago. We are getting new tools, let's say, about machine learning. We are getting a lot of researchers working in very advanced and frontiers idea. We have also, let's say, for us, we are working in Europe. We have ERC who is pouring the money in high impact research. So I think that there are the conditions to make tribology relevant for our everyday life. I mean, it is already relevant. I think it will be more than that. We have been limited in a way in the past years. But now, we have no more excuse. I mean, basically, we are getting the tools for doing that. I'm not saying it will be easy. I'm saying it will be worth. We can try.
Yeah. So I would say that listening to you, that tribology has a very good scope in the future, and the way how the European Research Commission is concentrating on the high impact research, all these things leads to the good future of tribology. So by this question, I would like to end this interview, and thank you for joining this interview and giving your time for us. I know you are quite busy after getting the grant. You'll be working on so many things, but you did make some time for us and you gave this interview. And this interview will be really very motivating for many students like me, as well as the researchers who are, planning to apply for the same grant. And thank you, Aider, for joining this interview as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manoj. Thank you, Antonio. Thanks for your tips and for sharing your thoughts about the field and about the future of tribology. And I hope in a certain time we'll meet again, maybe, and see how are you doing with your projects and how is your lab doing. And maybe we could also help you with finding students possibly. So once you have something in mind, please let us know and we'll try to help you.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your invitation and for the pleasure to be here and to get this interview. And if the scope, if it reaches the scope of motivating young researchers to move to tribology and to work in this field, that would be, the best thing I could deliver today. So thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.